Today we talk about the single most important habit we can do for our digestion. Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Minke. This is Minke Wellness. That's a tall order, right? The single most important thing. Some of you are going to listen to me and go, oh, you're kidding. Some of you are going to be like, really? Oh my gosh. Here it is. You ready? Morning water. You're like, what? I've been doing morning water for 2 months. Good. Okay, now let's talk a little bit more about morning water. This is, in my opinion, the single most important thing you can do for your digestive system, and therefore for your entire absorption, and therefore for your wellness in general. I mean, it starts to cascade forward. I hope you understand that from a digestive perspective, we have got to wash out the grunge from the night before. Okay, the digestive system is a tube from mouth to anus. It is coated with mucus. Assuming, okay, that we have started to get rid of this partially hydrogenated vegetable oil and all these other grunge and started to clean things up, still that tube is pretty grungy. And if it's dehydrated, that mucus gets sticky and is stuck to the whole edges of the tube and it's clogged up and everything. We have got to wash the tube. We have got to clean that off. We take a shower. How long does it take for you to feel kind of grungy if you don't shower, right? I mean, depending on where you live, if you live in a real dry climate, you might be able to go a few days. But I mean, down here in Texas, wow, I mean, it's so humid, you want to take a shower every day, okay? Now, what I'm saying is we've got to wash that out. So in the first thing in the morning, what happens is not only are the joints and the brain and the organs dehydrated from detoxifying, but the mucous membranes in the digestive system are also dehydrated, which means the mucus is stale and sticky and thick, okay? And now that's the very system that's going to be involved in both secreting the enzymes and the proteins, and I mean the enzymes, proteins, or enzymes are proteins, that are going to be doing the breaking down of the food. So they have to actually produce them and kick them out of the cell and into the lumen, into the tube, okay? So it has to get through the mucus on the way out, but then all that material has to be absorbed back through all of that and get back into the bloodstream. How's that going to happen? Okay, so here's how that happens is morning water, okay? So when we wake up, there's hormones that change the entire system of the body into a waking state. Some of us, those hormones don't kick in so well, but what I'm saying is at some point in there, we are awake. Maybe by noon, okay? Some of us homeschoolers, maybe by noon. But the hormones change. We become awake, okay? A lot of times it's the pressure of the bladder, right? We've detoxed, we have cleansed, the fluid has pushed through the system and it's accumulated in the bladder. Whoa, time to wake up, okay? If it weren't for the stress of the bladder, most of us wouldn't get out of bed. All right, so we're going, we pee, we're getting rid of that out. Now, we're dehydrated, the system is dehydrated. If I go and eat anything that has flavor content in, so this is even your lemon oil, right? Don't put your lemon oil in your water first thing in the morning. See, some of you think you're doing it right, but you're not doing it right, okay? And I'm just my opinion. So don't put any lemon oil, don't put any flavor, because as soon as the system, the taste system and the digestive system registers food, bing, 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 food, it starts to say, okay, we've got to pull water into the system. So your brain, your spine, your joints, the liver, all that, it stays dehydrated because it's pulling that water away from the organs. Well, it doesn't have water to give. It's already dehydrated. And so if I start out with a headache in the day and the only thing that covers up that headache is coffee, we're in trouble. That is dehydration on top of dehydration, okay? We're headed for a chronic, constant headache, which is the way I used to live. It was for a lot of reasons, sinus problems and sensitivity issues, just general inflammation, general toxicity, okay, reactivity. My body was reactive to things. I'm much better after liver cleanses, and hopefully you'll understand that by the end of this month. You'll understand a lot better how to cleanse your liver and how to do some more liver support. We're going to talk about digestion and liver support the whole month. But the most important starting point, if you're not doing this, and you're like, water, really? Can't I have hot tea? You can have hot tea after your water. Yes, you can have hot tea. You can have coffee. I'm not an anti-coffee person. After your water, okay? So, first thing, without lemon, without any flavor, I drink my morning water, okay? At the very least, 8 ounces to start off, okay? And then you can add your lemon oil and drink your second glass with the lemon oil in it. But I go for 16 ounces. Okay, first thing, glug, 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 16 ounces of water. Okay, I often get more than that, 24 ounces. That way, the system is getting hydrated. The digestive system is getting cleaned out, washed out. I wash out all that grungy mucus. This is my experience. This is what I experience in my body from doing this. Some people can argue with me, that's fine. What I'm telling you is my opinion, and what I feel in my body is that it washes out all the dead mucus and grungy stuff, hydrates the system, and now the system is clean and primed and ready to go. The water that goes into the system increases my metabolism because I'm getting circulation into my joints and muscles and everything, and things start warming up, things start ramping up. I get going with the day, okay? So not only do I get a better metabolism, which clarifies my hunger signals, right? So now I'm much clearer on whether I'm hungry or not, right? And it gets my digestive system ready to receive food and break down that food and absorb that food, okay? So important. I mean, I will tell you what I think is the second most important thing tomorrow, or maybe someplace down the road here. But today, the most important thing is your morning water. Okay, so once that fluid washes through there, then I'm going to go, I should drink enough water that in about 20 minutes I have to go pee again. And that second urination, before I leave the house, before anything much happens, I'm saying I want to drink enough water that I'm peeing again within 20 minutes, and that pee is completely clean. There's no, I don't notice any yellow in it. I mean, it's totally, cleared out. So that I know then I've cleared out those toxins. Okay, so that's the morning water. Now, we've been doing a lot of breathing. How do we incorporate the breathing into that morning water, especially as it pertains to the digestive system? Okay, so here's where I drink my morning water. So first of all, we've talked about the blessing the water, right? And so calling forth the good, letting the water be part of the package of cleansing, right? In our Christian tradition, water is so important in baptism to cleanse sin, right? Water is washing and cleansing. That's what it's all about. So we can bring that into it and start my day renewing my baptism, right? For those of us who are Christian, renew the baptism. If you're not Christian, then say, hey, this water washes me clean of last night's and yesterday's grunge. Isn't it nice to start the day completely fresh and clean with no baggage from the day before? Awesome, right? Awesome. That's what our morning water does. To me, it's physical, spiritual, emotional, washes it out, okay? And I can breathe that, feel that washing through, okay? The other thing I do is I invite that water to come in and specifically wash. Now, we're going to be doing a lot more breathing. We're going to get to know the digestive system. So by the end of the month, you're going to know the digestive system. You're going to be able to really feel that and feel what's going on in the tube, right? The digestive system is a tube that goes from mouth to anus. If I blew it up like a balloon and just put air in it, it would be a 28 through 30-foot tube, 36-foot tube. I can't remember exactly the length, but it's like, like something along the lines of 30 feet, okay? It would be a 30-foot tube, big long balloon, and I could drop a marble in the mouth side, and it would fall out the other end at the anus side. In other words, it's a tube. Anything that's inside the tube is still outside the body. So when I drink that water is washing the outside of the body. In other words, it's washing that layer that covers the tube is a mucus-covered layer that's protecting the body from anything coming in. So that is a two-way street. That layer is to absorb the nutrients that come from our food, but to keep out anything that's not supposed to make it into the bloodstream, toxins and things. It doesn't do a perfect job of that. And the more industrial toxins we have in our food supply and more industrial type solvents and things like that we take internally are going to make those things pass through. And you've heard of leaky gut, and we'll talk more about that. When things are broken, there are holes in that tube that just allow stuff to just flow into the bloodstream that's not supposed to be there. And those foreign materials increases our inflammatory response and our immune responses and things like that. And we get autoimmune problems and that kind of thing. So it is so important to start out the day, every single day, washing out that tube, giving it a chance for the mucus to reset, to get fresh mucus to come forward, to come out and to coat the tube in there, wash out any grunge. If anything did get stuck on the edge and start to ferment or that water can help to flush that through. Okay, so important to maintain. We'll talk a lot about the tube health, the health of the tube and everything, but it's basically the digestive tube we're talking about of washing clean. So if you wanted to just do one quick, I know we haven't done any real breathing into that, but one quick breath and feeling that tube, okay? And we'll do a lot more, so don't panic if you can't really feel this, but feel that just tube as a straight tube that goes from mouth to anus. And when I drink my water, I'm going to feel that washing of that tube. Right? That's all it is. Real simple breath, washing the tube. Okay? So that's your morning water. Total activation of the metabolism. Now, again, just to make some little rules about this. I don't want to add any lemon oil or anything. I know we're all liking putting oil in our water. Don't want any flavor in that morning water. Anything flavored, the body's going to register as food and start the digestive process and start kicking that in. My second glass of water or third glass of water, put in your lemon oil or drink your coffee. Whatever you're doing with your liquid after that is fine, no problem. Something else I wanted to say and I just forgot it. Okay, so that basically we're taking care of the tube there. We're washing that out, and I knew there was something there. Okay, so we are going to get into the details of the tube and the absorption and all the rest of that stuff and how the mucus forms and get working on cleansing. We got to understand cleansing. That tube, as I said, is the outside of the body, and just like on our surface of our skin, did you know that our surface of skin has bacteria in there? Well, the tube has bacteria in there, different kind of bacteria for the most part. So we're going to talk about probiotics and the bacteria that are in there. And so you're going to learn all about this. But this is what we're headed this month. Okay, we're going to talk about this tube. The probiotics are actually more important in the lower digestion, which is the month after, in April. We're going to talk about the upper digestion for the most part, and so we're not going to get as much into probiotics and colon and that kind of thing. Okay. And so that'll be next month also. So we've got liver, stomach, liver, mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, duodenum, small intestine. Duodenum is the upper part of the small intestine, and then pancreas. That's kind of where we're going to stop with this digestion with this month, and then the month after that in April we're going to do the colon, kidneys, bladder elimination system that way. Okay, so there's the plan. There's where we're headed. Have a great morning, have a great day, feel the vitality that you get from that drinking that water and getting that cleansing, and imagine those toxins leaving and resetting the digestion, okay? This gives us a complete reset and opportunity to start fresh every single day. Take a moment to allow that freshness, allow that water to be a cleansing, to be a refreshing, like a spiritual cleansing, an emotional cleanse. Let it just wash through you from the inside out, and just let that go, okay? Great way to start the day is to renew and refresh ourselves in that kind of way, okay? Happy wellness. We'll see you tomorrow.